All right, let's dive into something that might just change how you see, well, pretty much everything. The idea is simple, but it is so profound. Your brain is lying to you.
So I've got a question for you, and I want you to really think about it. What if you have never, not even once, actually experienced reality? It sounds wild, I know, but stick with me because getting this is a total game changer.
How is that even possible? Well, it's because your reality is, for all intents and purposes, a guess. The world you're experiencing right now isn't some perfect video feed of what's out there. It's not what you see, it's what your brain predicts you're going to see.
And this goes way beyond just your vision. I mean, everything. The colors you see, the sounds you hear, even your emotions. All of it is your brain's best guess about what all the sensory noise coming in actually means.
And why does it have to guess? Well, it's because our senses, they're just not that great. They're kind of slow, and the data they send up is messy and full of holes. So your brain steps in, acting like this super fast editor, filling in all the gaps to create a smooth experience before you're even aware of it.
So that brings us to this really powerful idea, thinking of your brain as a prediction engine. This is the core mechanism it uses to build your entire world, literally from the ground up. You know, this prediction engine is humming along in the background 24/7, constantly making its best guess about what's going on. And it builds these guesses from two main things: all your past experiences and that messy, incomplete data coming in from your senses right now. Okay, so here's how it works, broken down into 3 simple steps. First, your senses just gather up all that raw, noisy data. Then, almost instantly, your brain uses your past as a kind of blueprint to fill in the blanks and make a prediction. And finally, you experience the finished product, that polished construction that you call reality. Now, I know this might sound a little like science fiction, but we can actually see the glitches in the system. The absolute proof that your brain is guessing and not just seeing is in optical illusions. And this really gets to the heart of a huge misunderstanding we all have. We kind of assume our eyes work like cameras, just recording what's there. But the truth is, your brain is an active artist, painting a picture based on what it expects to see. The craziest part about illusions isn't just that they trick you, it's that they keep tricking you even after you know exactly how they work. And here's why you can't just unsee it. Your brain's #1 job isn't to be accurate, it's to keep you alive. So it doesn't really care about objective truth. It cares about what's useful for getting you through the world without getting eaten, you know? Want the ultimate proof? You're experiencing it right now. You have a literal blind spot in each of your eyes where the optic nerve connects. There is a hole in your vision, but you don't see it, do you? Nope, your brain just edits it out, seamlessly filling in the gap with its best guess of what should be there. Okay, so our visual world is a construct. That's cool, kind of weird, but here's where this whole thing gets really personal. This same prediction engine is what runs your emotions. You're not actually reacting to the world, you're reacting to the story your brain is telling you about the world. Think about anxiety. That feeling you get in your gut, it's not the situation itself. It's your brain predicting future danger, based on something that happened in the past. It's just a guess about what might happen. And it's the same for the good stuff too, like motivation. That feeling of, yeah, let's do this. That's your brain predicting that taking a certain action is going to lead to a reward. Confidence? Yep, same deal. It's just your brain's prediction, based on past evidence, that you're going to be successful. It's a forecast of a good outcome. So this brings up a really critical and maybe kind of uncomfortable question. If your feelings are all based on these old stories, what happens if the story your brain is telling you is totally outdated? What if it's running a program that just doesn't apply to your life anymore? So if we're running on old software, how do we update it? This is the power move. We can actually train a better brain. And let's be super clear, this is not just positive thinking. This is applied neuroscience. And this explains why so many of the typical self-help tricks just don't stick. Trying to use willpower is like trying to push back the ocean. You're fighting a deep survival prediction. And positive thinking? Your brain just looks at its years and years of data and says, yeah, nice try, but I'm not buying it. Its logic is about what kept you safe, not what you wish was true. The real way to change things isn't to fight the old prediction. It's to train a new one. You have to feed your brain new data. And that means taking small, repeated actions that give it new evidence. It means stepping into safe levels of discomfort to prove to your brain that actually you can handle it. And this right here is the key. The goal isn't to force a different feeling. The goal is to change the underlying prediction.
because once you give your brain enough new evidence to change its forecast, the emotion just follows along automatically.
All right, so this brings us to one last really important thought for you to take away from all this. Now that you know you have this prediction engine in your head, constantly telling you stories, you have to ask yourself one final question.
If your mind really is a prediction engine, building your entire world from old data,
Then what's the story it's been running on a loop for you? What's its default prediction about a challenge, about other people, about you?
And maybe the most powerful question of all is this: who or what taught your brain to tell that story in the first place? Because once you start to see your own mind this way, well, you can't unsee it.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.